I'm so excited for today's video, you guys. I am showing you how you can play the medium party game. So I'm going to walk you guys through why I love this game, how you can use it, and actually how to play. So my husband and I were just walking in Target and we were trying to find a board game that we could play together, and I saw this on the shelf and I was like, wait a second. And I saw medium, and obviously I'm like, I have to look because anything psychic related, I have to see if it's just fake and they're trying to make something to sell or if it's actually like a legit thing. So I picked it up and I briefly looked at it, and really the fact that it was a party game, one, was like amazing. And then the other thing that I noticed was that it was really trying to promote using your psychic abilities to connect with the people that you're playing the game with. So I bought it, tested it out, and I absolutely love this game. And I think the reason why I love it is that you can use it as a legitimate psychic tool, or you can just use it for fun. And the other thing that I liked was there wasn't a whole lot of incorrect information around this deck. A lot of movies, a lot of books, a lot of everything that I review sometimes just has things wrong. And it's clear that the person that made it has no idea anything about the psychic ability. And so I absolutely loved this because you can tell the people tested it and they created it with this idea in their mind of, no, we're actually going to try to help people use their psychic abilities. Another reason why I loved this was it was a party game that actually made you laugh and have a ton of fun. You know, there's games out there that you buy and you try to do it in a party setting, and it's just like there's so much information to it, and you're just like you basically spend an equal amount of time trying to figure out how the game works before you even get into playing it. And so that's why I loved this, was it was a quick, easy game to jump into and teach people how to play. And we were laughing, we were joking, it was just a blast. Also, this is just a really pretty, well-made game. So it comes with your instructions, obviously. I'm going to basically just walk you through the instructions right now. So you have these Mind Meld token cards, and basically they have numbers on them, 1, 2, and 3. And you want to put these all in their own separate piles. Make sure the big numbers are facing down because these are the points that you're going to get later. Say you have those all out, what you want to do next is count how many people you're playing with. So if you're just doing 2 people, you want to pick 3 decks. Now, if you're doing any more than 2 people, what you want to do is basically have 1 deck less than the number of people you have. So if you have 5 people playing, you want to pick 4 decks. And these are the individual decks, and they come with 15, and there's these little separators. And you'll notice because there's a little number down here in the corner, and that's the deck number. So say I'm playing with 2 people, I'm going to get 3 decks. So I'll choose number 1, it really doesn't matter, number 6, and let's do number 10. What you want to do is shuffle all the cards together so that all these numbers are all mixed up. And the reason why they pick out chunks of like decks is because each of these decks have like a little theme to them, and they want to make sure that, you know, when you're trying to guess and put things together, it's not too crazy far out there that you're trying to connect. And so what you do then is you separate the deck that you've just shuffled into 3 piles. And these are technically called the medium cards, which the only complaint that I have is maybe they should have called them psychic cards, because medium technically means you are connecting to a spirit. So it's kind of like, well, this isn't exactly spirit related, but there's a difference between a psychic and a medium, by the way. I have a video on that. So you want to take these 3 crystal ball cards, shuffle them all somewhere into the middle of the deck in the center. And then you want to put the other 2 card decks on top. Now you have your full deck. Now everybody in play has 6 cards. So I'm going to give my pretend partner 6 cards. 1, 2, 3. So to start play, you want to go to the person to your left, and basically the 2 of you are going to play a card at the same time. So I lay down yellow, my partner lays down drink. And the whole point of this game is, even though it's medium, you're trying to find the medium between these 2 words, which is why I think they didn't go with psychic, obviously. So what is the medium? What is the thing that connects drink, and yellow. And then what you want to do is think of this word as quickly as you can, and then you have you and your partner or maybe the other team count down 3, 2, 1, and then you both say the word at the same time. So pretend I said Fanta, and pretend my partner said like Fanta at the same time, because I just thought of a yellow Fanta drink. And so if we got it right on the first try, we get the number 1 token. And so that is our token between us as a partner. Now the play would go to my left, and you would basically have the person that you just played with would play with the person to the left of them. And so basically you have points with more than one person. Now if you're just playing with 2 people, you really only have the points between you two, which doesn't really add a whole lot of competitiveness to the game, which is why I would recommend playing with more than 2 people. Now let's say that my partner and I didn't get the same word at the same time. So pretend I said Fanta and he said Gatorade or something like that. So then we have to try again, but we have to use those new words. You can't use these. You have to use Gatorade and Fanta. And so maybe the next word we both guess is soda, and we both get it right. So then we get the number 2. So we got it on our second try. And basically what you're going to end up doing is at the end, you're going to look at all of these points and you're going to figure out how many points you have together as a team. Pretty simple. Now it can go up to 3 tries. If you guys still after 3 tries have not gotten, then you discard and you go to the next player. Now you do have a discard pile, and you always want to make sure that you have 6 cards in your hand. Now if you're playing with more than 2 people, you get to use these extra cards. And one is the Psychic Link card and one is the Clear the Mind card. Now at the beginning of everyone's turn, everyone gets one of these cards and they are being played upright. Now you can play these at any time, but only one person across the table can play them at once. So the Psychic Link card is basically when you're not playing and 2 other people are trying to guess, you basically get to guess along with them. And if you guess right, you also get the same amount of tokens that they get. If you don't guess any right, you just don't get any tokens. Clear the Mind card is pretty simple. It basically means you get to play that card and discard all of your hand and get 6 new cards. Now when you play these cards, you have to turn them over. They are done. They are no longer usable. But if you get to the end of the game and you haven't used them, they count as extra points. So right here, that one counts as an extra 2 points for me. Now for the game to finish, you have to find all 3 crystal ball cards. So you're getting down, you have more discarded. Oh, you find the crystal ball. You set it off to the side, you let everyone know, oh, we're getting towards the end. And sort of the idea here is that your mental powers crack the crystal ball, which obviously is not real, but I kind of love that idea. It's like the energy is so high that you all crack the crystal ball. So let's pretend we go through the whole deck and we have 3 crystal balls. The game is over and everyone counts up their tokens. Pretty simple, really simple. I think what the game allows is more of that fun energy to happen between everyone. It's not long, it's easy to remember, you can jump into it right away. I would also recommend playing this with more than 2 people. One, because it is kind of made like a party game. It's fun, it gets you laughing, and the things that you guys end up thinking up says a lot about you as friends and as people. I think playing with other partners would end up having different results based on who connects well and who doesn't. And then you can switch up the rotations so that some people can play with other people, because if 2 people are really connected, maybe you separate them next time. So I think there are 2 different ways to play this game, and that's 1, if you're just trying to do it for fun, and then 2, if you really are trying to use your psychic ability to guess. And so what you want to do in those moments is connect with your partner, try to read what they're sending. You both have to be on the same page of, we're going to try to send each other this word or this image, and we're going to try to pick up on it and guess the same thing. Not everyone wants to sit down and play a game to hone their psychic abilities, but if you want to practice it and do it that way, you absolutely can. You can try to read your partner's mind, you can try to read what they're sending you, and practice your psychic ability. Now, one thing I would try if you are trying to hone your psychic ability is try doing it fast and then try doing it slow. So when I was playing with just my husband, we were going a little slower and we were either trying to really guess what each other were thinking, or we were trying to be very analytical and try to think of that medium. And then we changed it up and we went to fast. And we found that when we did it faster, we actually got more right together. So we did a 3, 2, 1, you have to say something, even if it doesn't make any sense. And if it has no actual relation to the medium, which isn't the point. The point is not to have the best medium, it's to get the right answer. And so I felt like in those moments where you're having to be fast, you are more intuitive because you're less analytical, you're less in that crazy mind of trying to get that answer, and you're more just picking up on something that comes to you, which is claircognizance. I really felt that doing it fast actually lent more to our psychic abilities, but you know, there's some people that I could equally see are out there doing it slower and getting more accurate. So if you're really trying to hone your psychic abilities, try to play this game fast and try to play it slow and see if you see any difference. So again, I think this is such a fun party game. You guys have to try it. I put the link in my description down below, and I'm not promoting this in any way. I just went to Target, saw it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun, I have to share it. It's fun, it gets you laughing. It's actually a good tool to use for your psychic ability. There's not too much in here that is like, oh, this is so frustrating, it's so wrong. It's actually well made and well tested. You could tell these people played these cards and tried to think of the best possible way to make this game. And I just love that. I love when people go out of their way to make sure it actually makes sense. It's also really easy to understand, really fast to jump into. I hate when you have to spend more time understanding the instructions than you are playing. And again, I think this is great to introducing the psychic ability to some people around you who might not be interested in it, but they can play it their own fun way and you can play it using your psychic ability. Awesome, you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried this game, if you love it. And if you want to see more of these types of reviews in the future. I love covering things about the psychic ability and showing you guys products that I love and that I use to hone my psychic ability and also have some fun with your friends. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.